Hey, hello, hello. It's Wednesday. I think we're live. Yeah. It's National Goof Off Day. So I hope you're doing a little goofing off today. Hey, everybody. It's Jane. It is Lunch with the Magician number 9. Today we are talking about one of my favorite things to talk about it. But I just had a lesson in it. So I'm a little reeling, but hey, that's as good a place as any to talk about it, right? I hope you're having an awesome week. I hope if your week has not been awesome, that today is the turnaround day and the rest of your week is great. I hope that your day is great. Again, it's lunchtime. If today is not going so good, I hope right now, right here, at this very moment that you watch this, maybe you're watching in the middle of the night. Whatever it is, I hope that this is the turning point for you when things start looking up again. So if you haven't met me, my name is Jane Shaw, and I've been having these little chats for a few weeks now. Lunch with a Magician, just talking about how we're bringing our magic, the very magic of who we be and who we are, and what we have to give into this world, and make it real, make it real. And so, if you have topics you'd like to talk about, hit me up, send me whatever you want, and we can talk about it next week. We can schedule in. Maybe we'll just do an impromptu live and chit chat. If you want to get on and talk with me about things, I'd love to do that too. So let me know. Let me know what works for you. I wanted to talk today about something though that is really on my mind right now. So it is what you say it is, right? I had someone in the last couple of weeks told me, she's like, it doesn't mean, I was saying, well, this happened and so I don't know if I can do this again, right? And she said, you're making it mean that. And I thought, oh, she's right? Like we assign meaning to the events and circumstances of our lives. And I think what we don't realize is that we have choice in assigning that meaning. So, for example, you could be on a plan to get more healthy and get more fit, and so maybe you're changing your eating or your exercise, and maybe you have a weekend of parties and family stuff or whatever, and you eat not in your new guidelines, and you don't exercise at all, and so okay, you can make that mean something, right? So people are tempted to make that mean I'm a failure, I can't do this, I can't keep it up, this is too hard. Or you can make it mean, hey, I'm human, things happen, it's life. I'm not trying to be a diet plan. I'm trying to live in a healthy and vibrant life, right? So you get to decide. But there's even more options to that. And I hope that you realize this, because you can make that weekend of eating in a different way, you can make that actually mean a good thing, right? You get to decide what it means. So you could say, hey, my eating at that party makes helps me get to my fitness goals even faster. My not exercising this week, that makes it even better for me down the road. Like you can decide any meaning. You don't just have to neutralize a negative meaning. You can assign a through the roof positive meaning. And most of us are not used to doing that. Most of us are trying to understand some sort of truth about our situation, about things that have happened to us, about how people have treated us, and we're trying to understand what that's about, what the other person meant. Is this mean something about my life? You get to decide. And I recommend deciding that it means something good. Decide that everything means something good. Decide that everything is for you. You can decide that everything is working out for you. You can decide that everything you touch turns to gold. Right? You get to describe the meaning of that. There was you may have heard of him, Earl Nightingale, and I don't know if he said this or if this was in a lecture series that he had, but he was talking about I think this was a CEO, so somebody like, this has been a long time, right? 20s, 30s, maybe, is that 100 years ago? Yikes. Maybe it was 75 years ago at least. But anyway, he had a way of, whenever things would happen in the business, he would say, that's good. That's good. And I just challenge you to Like, try that. Challenge you, invite you, however you want to see it. Whatever happens in your life the rest of today, whenever you watch this, if you're not watching live, or the rest of your week, or the rest of your month, just declare it good. That was good. That was good. First thing I'm going to acknowledge, we're going to have a lot of resistance to that, right? We're going to be like, that was not good because that means that I'm going to have to take longer to do this, or it's going to cost more money to do that, or this person did not help me, and so they're not going to, can't count on. That's a bunch of backstory that you can choose to assign or not assign. You can decide that it's good. You can decide that it's good. You can decide that it is only for your blessing and your benefit. You can decide that it is only something to move you faster towards your goals than ever before. Like, just play around with it. Just pretend. Pretend for the rest of the day that you're in a, like you're a kid playing a game, like playing imagination, right? And just imagine that everything that goes on in the rest of your day is like for your blessing and benefit. Like, oh, that was for me. Oh, that's another good thing for me. Like, try it on. See how it feels. See how it feels. See if it lifts your spirit. See if it, maybe it feels like a lie. Right? Maybe it feels like a lie. Maybe your entrenched sense of unworthiness is so deep that you can't even catch the thought that something could be for your blessing and benefit. Maybe that happens on occasion. Maybe that happens on a regular basis. Maybe sometimes that hits you out of the blue. But experiment with it and see. Some of us feel like we're always waiting for the other shoe to drop. If things get too good, we can, how would I say, like our luck will run out, right? Something bad is going to happen. Like, and actually, there's a great concept in the book. There's a book by Gay Hendricks called The Big Leap. A lot of you have probably read that, and it's the idea that we have a sort of thermostat for how much good we can accept in our life. So you can add up all the kinds of goods you want, like, oh, money, love, fortune, a career, fame, whatever it is that you consider to be good, community, friendships, and that kind of thing. Most of us sort of have like a level, right? And so, and it's based on maybe your childhood, based on maybe your personality, kind of how you came in the world, maybe things you experienced in school as a kid. But usually, like in your earlier experiences, you form sort of what seems normal to you and what seems acceptable to you and what is okay to you, right? And depending on how much trauma and how much just other stuff went on in your life, you might have your thermostat set really low. Where's the thing? Really low. Your thermostat might be over here. Like, I can only have this much good in my life. You might have it set really high, right? You might have had, for whatever reason, you believe that you have the right to a really great life. But wherever you are, you can bump up against the edge of it. And so that can happen, say, you get a promotion, right, in your job. And you're like ecstatic. But then the next day you get a really big bill or your car breaks down. Or you get engaged. You decide to get married and like this is like bringing a dream of yours to life. And then you might, I don't know, your child could get sick or your pet could die or your that coworker that drives you crazy, like demands something of you that week. So that's another thing you can play with and notice is where's your thermostat set and how can you increase it? We can talk about that another time, like how you can increase it. But like, notice if you're tripping your thermostat when you say things like, everything is for my blessing and benefit. Everything is for my good. Everything I touch turns to gold. That was for me. That was for me. That worked out well for me. Everything that I'm doing in my life and that other people are doing around me is only helping me forward towards my goals. I'm moving faster and more easily to everything in my life. Like when you say those things, can it stick? Can it land? Or is it so far from where your belief is that you can't even catch it? Because everything is what you say it is. It's just that in your head, you have decided what you can and can't have based on a lot of unconscious factors, based on what a lot of people told you. Like, did they tell you growing up that, like, you were dumb, you couldn't never learn this? right? Did somebody say to you, you were clumsy? Did somebody say to you, you always mess this up? You know, you're messy. Like what things that people said to you did you internalize? Because I guarantee you, when you came into this world as a little baby, you were not telling yourself those things. Those things are not ultimate truths. They are not universal truths, right? They are more than likely somebody else's voice in your head. And those beliefs that you internalize in your heart can keep you from accepting other beliefs that maybe would serve you better now at this stage in your life. So if you choose to take the invitation, and if you decide like, hey, let me see if I can interpret whatever happens, including, this is really important, this is really important, including what you choose to do. So I'm going to go a little side tangent here, just that it's one exercise to say that the people around me, the circumstances of my life, the things that are happening to me, and to declare those for good, like that takes a certain shift in understanding about who you are and how you can show up in this world. But there's another one, it's like a slightly deeper layer, which is to say that the things that you do are exactly what you're supposed to be doing, in exactly the way you're supposed to be doing. That's the self-love, right? And it's from this self-love that everything else flows. So you might need to start practicing with loving what you do, loving how you are, loving how you be, saying, I ate exactly the right foods last night. I responded to that email in the exact right way that was best. The way that I responded to that email is going to open up new communication for my team. Yeah, the way that I exercised yesterday, the way that I treated my pet, the way that I treated my child is gonna help our relationship blossom in ways I never thought of before. Just try it. Just play with it. Don't worry about it if it feels like a lie, if it feels like it's not true, or if you feel like you're making stuff up. You are making stuff up. We are making it up. But the thing that most of us don't realize is we're making it up anyway. We are making it up anyway. So you might as well make up a good story, right? You might as well make up a good story about what's happening in your life. And I had one other thing that I was going to tell you about, and it completely went right out of my mind. But just play with it. Play with it a little bit. Play with it and see if you can tell yourself that like what I'm doing is great. How I'm showing up is good. What is happening for me is right and well, and I'm right where I'm supposed to be, doing right what I'm supposed to be doing exactly the right way. Because here's the thing, and I remember the thing I was going to tell you. You can't get where you want to be by hating where you are. Right? Nobody ever got a body they loved by hating the body they're in. Nobody ever improved a marriage that they're happy in a marriage by being really unhappy with the marriage they had. Nobody ever got a job that they felt excited to be by dreading the one they're at. So you're going to have to switch to loving the body you're in, the people you're with, the things that you're doing. You may not be able to, if it's something you really hate, like you probably can't go from hate to love in a split second. So you're going to have to go from hate to dislike to frustrated to tolerate to maybe I can see some positive things into falling in love. So you can teach yourself to fall in love with your life. And when you do that, when you say what you want it to mean, when you decide what it means, it decides that this is good. This is my life, and it's something that I love, and I'm here. And that's how you shift your reality. That's how you bring your magic into this physical world and make it a world that you want to live in. All right. So I invite you to play with that this week. Let me know how it goes. Keep me a comment or send me a message, however you want to do. Send me an email. And I wish you the very best day ever, and I hope you goof off a lot more than a little today. All right, guys. I'll talk to you soon. See ya.